Hello everybody and welcome back to Watching Walford, all fellow watchers and enjoyers. Piggy and Ash here from Watching Walford to bring you yet another edition of Watching Walford. It's episode 27 as we steer rapidly into summer. Summer months are always known for being warm, groggy and fucking disgusting. How's it going, Piggy?
It's going well. Obviously I wasn't here last week. If you've seen my comment on the podcast, we did record the podcast last week. But let's just say that I wasn't a very happy chappy. Then me and Ash had a bit of a disagreement. Then we had an agreement, and I just basically went, "Yeah, you redo it. You do it."
Yeah, so, pretty much.
He was the parent, I was the child having the parent. I'll do it. And Ash was like, "No, sit down, have your ice cream."
I was also being a bit of a child, to be honest. I was like, "Oh, fine, I'll just record the podcast by myself." And it's like, yeah, but you're a bit, you know, don't really need to, do you? But you know, I got to do it by myself, which made me a happy bunny. It gave me a bit of the old confidence.
I can't wait for for 2 weeks time. I'm like, so Ash, it's like 1 o'clock. Do you want to record the podcast? You see, Piggy, here's the thing.
I've already done it, bitch.
I might have already done it.
No.
If I don't talk much, I will definitely try and talk much. But if I don't, just know I'm not dead. I'm just listening to Ash, and I'm trying to think of words where I don't come across offensive. Like previous weeks.
Yeah. But yeah, I suppose just as a whole, before we actually get into the podcast, we have done some cool content ideas. We just recorded the half-year awards. Piggy's idea, where we went through and kind of decided, essentially we did our own version of the British Soap Awards because the British Soap Awards was a bit garbage. Although I must admit, EastEnders didn't win Soap of the Year for me, so get fucked. Not sure when that'll be out on the channel. I suppose also probably a good time to state our intentions. We have found a decent backlog of Classic Eastenders. So we've been looking at possibly doing a Classic Eastenders podcast. Piggy, do you wanna talk about this a little bit more?
I was going to say, because I did a bit of research, and now people are like, "Piggy, you don't do research."
Piggy, calm down.
Yeah. But I checked when they moved to 3 episodes because, as people know, EastEnders now is a 4-day week. It used to be 3. Yeah. Before that, it was 2. I'm surprised there wasn't 1 episode a week, but that's just me. But basically, when I did my research, 1994 is when they go to 3 episodes a week.
Oh shit!
We have from 1985 to 1994. We can get through that within the next 2 years.
Holy shit!
We'll be flying through 85, 86, and 87 because I don't know if there is a bunch of videos for 87 and onwards, but we found the first 2 years.
Yeah.
We've recorded the pilot.
Exactly.
We plan on. So I'm going to explain this to the viewers, in case you're wondering. Well, it's come out that actually Leslie Graham is a cunt, and but he's been dead for 5 years. Yeah, but why didn't you bring it up? I'll tell you why. So how we plan to do this podcast is, just in case some news comes out about an actor, they were a cunt, they were not so nice, they were involved with crypto. You know what I mean? And we don't mention it. For people who want to know how the Classic Eastenders podcast would work, is we do 4 episodes. We do 8 episodes. We basically take the first 2 weeks.
Yeah. So
that's 4 episodes. And we record that. And then the second 2 weeks, we record that as a separate podcast. So basically, we won't be recording the podcast weekly like we do with this one.
Yeah.
We'll be recording 2 weeks in advance. And it should come out every second week. It's going to be a lot of fun. We might be drained, but if we get drained, we're not going to just dump it. We will if we find it's too much at the moment, we will simply just put it on the shelf.
Yeah, probably just scale it back. To be
Yeah.
fair, I was kind of, even reading that, I was kind of happy to release it every week, to be honest. But yeah, you know, there are still some kinks to work out. We haven't actually tried it yet. So yeah, obviously, just to date this fully, currently recording this podcast on the 6th of July. Basically, we're currently spending most, like, 5 nights a week watching Love Island on the Twitch channel, but Love Island should end kind of like the 20th or so. So the second that Love Island ends, it'll give us a lot more time to actually do different content ideas and kind of work on the other podcast, and you know.
And plus, I feel like see, now this is going to be. I'm going to basically explain this how I look at a wrestling channel. I know Piggy talked about wrestling on an EastEnders podcast. Wow, that's so original. But basically, there's a YouTuber called Wrestling Buyers who refused the Monday Night Wars. It was basically 2 wrestling companies went, you know, it'd be funny if we just went face to face with each other.
Yeah.
And they basically went until 95 to 01, and basically WCW lost because they fucking killed the company in 2000.
Yeah.
They fucking buried that company. But anyways, we might find fans who are lapsed from EastEnders and of 85 to like 95. So that is mainly for our older audiences. We are hoping this podcast is for more of the younger viewers or the viewers who haven't relapsed. So basically,
that's why I say relapsed. Maybe not the word. Just. Yeah, as you've described it, essentially covering like Classic Eastenders for the people who may have never seen it, so you get a little window into the past, or alternatively the people who do love Classic Eastenders but don't like modern Eastenders. So
yeah, it's catered to both. How I currently have the schedule in my mind is that so we don't release 2 podcasts back to back. At the moment, the time of recording this, we haven't fully finalised it, but at the time of recording, the Classic Eastenders podcast is supposed to come out on a Wednesday, and then your normal podcast will come out on the Sunday. I might do research and discuss what's going on in the month. So in like February 85, I might go, well, what's happening in the world? Yeah. And then from March onwards.
Also,
no, I won't be talking about the nonsense that appear in fucking like Coronation Street or on BBC.
Yeah, I suppose even then, so it'll be we all take the product as it like comes to us. We're not gonna like spend like 4 weeks just like, oh god, have you seen the casual racism in EastEnders? You know, it is a product of its time. Obviously, we don't like condone any of the actions, but fundamentally it's a timeline of 1985, you know, like it's gonna be a little bit different. Some people may have a bit of like shock, just like, what, they did this? But you know, it is a product of the time, so it's how it's gonna work. Like it would just be infuriating if we just went, well, that's number 73 of the times that they've been racist. It's like, oh, just stop it. No one cares. It's just, come on.
We might bring up a line or 2 about it, like from the show, to highlight the racism. But just know that again, this is where the problem lies with modern people. People will take us out of context and go, wow, Piggy and Ash are racist. No, we're just quoting Lou Beale, you fuckers, calm down.
I suppose also there might be like a bit of like a I might update the look of the podcast for the 80s, might kind of look into getting a slightly older theme to it. Obviously it will be the 80s for the foreseeable, so you know, maybe there'll be some like synthwave stuff, maybe there'll be a different look. So like I said, should be either starts in August or will start late July.
Yes, and basically as well, if we get enough attraction and we start in the 90s as well, We have no problem. Well, I have no problem. It's going to be very hard because it will become 4 episodes, but I would love to do an arc where we look at Dirty Den's return. I understand people are not happy with his return, but it is, if not the biggest return in EastEnders.
I'd say, just as a base, I'd say it was a pretty decent return, and he did last like a good, did he last a good year or two? Like, came in 03, ended in 05. So, it was a good stint. It was a good return of the character. It's just, the way it ended wasn't really... He still had a good death, but, the reason why it ended isn't really a good thing. So...
Apparently, I understand we're very off topic, but apparently he was supposed to become a darker villain, throughout 05 and 06.
Yeah.
Then the scandal came out where he had his finger in his mouth.
Yes.
They were like, yeah, you're not really PG for us anymore, Leslie.
Yeah, no, fair enough. It would have been interesting to see what the character would have done, but obviously the actor shot himself in the foot, so, But I suppose it is funny.
No, it is funny to me where he's like, I don't understand why everyone hates me. Like, I don't understand why, people went, well, it's your fault, Leslie. It's not my fault. And you're like, Leslie, it was a woman that you barely knew. And you went, yep, that sounds safe. I jumped right into that fish tank. I know there's electric eels and sharks.
It's just like, Leslie, this is a honey trap. Ah, well. If I lick the tip of my dick after putting it in, it still tastes sweet, baby. Oh yeah, that one's getting taken out of context. Alright, so anything else to say? Any ideas that we want to announce, or?
We don't have any more ideas.
We do.
We do. We just don't want to publicly announce them. We do want to announce the Classic Eastenders podcast because we do think it's going to be fun, especially because for people who know me, I love Ethel. I haven't seen much of Ethel.
I personally love Lou Beale as well.
Yeah. Now, Ash loves the classic racism, so not me.
Lou Beale is the iconic EastEnders matriarch, obviously. I suppose a lot of my love from Classic EastEnders comes through. Obviously, I found it on Brookside episodes. Before that, it got shit canned because you fuckers wouldn't stop talking about it. Guys, can you watch EastEnders anywhere? Yeah, guys, Brookside episodes. I'm like, lad, shut the fuck up, please. I don't care if you want to share the love. This archive is here, and I want to use it. Stop fucking shouting about it. And now we have to find episodes elsewhere. What was I trying to say? Yeah, I watched a bunch of Classic Eastenders like a good year, maybe even 2 years ago now. And I was conceiving the idea of watching Walford by myself. I was going to do a Classic Eastenders podcast. I was going to make a bunch of video essays, well, maybe not video essays. As we can tell, it's not really my strong suit. But, a bunch of, videos where I tell some of the mini stories, like the time Ethel got Willie cleaned. Banger, Ian's retconned boxing career. So I was these were some of the things I was planning to do initially when I thought of the channel. It's just when Piggy came to me, let's do this podcast, I was like, oh shit, yeah, sure, fuck it. And just assumed that and then I just assumed that the Classic Eastenders was just not obtainable to do anymore. So,
for people who want to know, because Ash goes, yeah, we can't look at Classic Eastenders, there's nowhere to go. I just meant, Ash, you sit down there, little child. And I found gold. I found a gold mine of Classic Eastenders.
Yes.
I do hate how you have to find it now, because people would not shut the fuck up about the EastEnders website.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind if you DM'd it. If you DM'd it to each other.
Exactly.
That's it. But you went on public and announced it.
Yes.
It's like Colleen Ballinger, where she said, I'm not a groomer, guys. I'm not a groomer. But here's a song about me, saying I don't groom. You know? Yeah, but you're a groomer then. No, I only groom my cat. And you're like, yeah, but it's very vicious that you're singing a song specifically saying you're not a groomer, but you are. But yeah, it's kind of like that. Just less ukulele and less shit song.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose with all that in mind, obviously today's episodes are going to cover the biggest storylines and takeaways from week 27 of 2023. All the episodes from the 3rd of July all the way to the 6th of July. Nope, Piggy, I got the month correct this time. I'm aware that we are in July.
Actually, we're in August, Ash. Oh, are we?
Fuck! And the storylines we're going to be focusing on this week are Chelsea and Ravi getting themselves back together, Elaine's bride club, Patrick's return as his family is in shambles, and obviously the Slater Branning family conference, and Theo Hawthorne being a creep.
It's not a creep, guys. It's not a creep. He's just misunderstood. You won't understand him like I do.
But before we actually start the podcast, it's time to shed a lovely little conversation, just talking about Reese drunk dancing to Darude Sandstorm, and just Reese drunk acting. Piggy, take it away.
Wait, was he dancing to Darude Sandstorm?
Yeah. He's like, I know this one, as he like took a massive shot of vodka, and he was just like,
What was the song he was dancing to where it's called 1, 2?
I don't know.
So basically, for people who want to know how I watch EastEnders, Classic EastEnders might be different because, well, it's classic. But modern EastEnders, I basically go on my Nintendo Switch and play games, and then basically look over my shoulder like, oh, that's a funny scene between Jack and Ravi, and I occasionally look back, but I do hear everything. And then I just went, fuck it, I'll watch Wednesday's episode on proper. I'll go on my phone, I'll look at it. So I just started watching it, and I was like, this is the episode Ash said that, like, we find out about Theo Hawthorne and the dancing. And I was just sitting there like a kid, waiting for their favourite, like, TV in his mouth.
Say the line. Say the line.
I was just sat there like, come on, Reese. And then when he took the shot of vodka and started dancing, it fucking me. I recorded the whole thing on my phone because I didn't know BBC iPlayer you can record stuff. Because I thought it'd be like ITV where the screen just goes black.
No, they don't care enough for that.
And basically, so I sent it to my dad, and my dad was like, yeah, it's fucking horrible. And I'm like, you just don't understand. You don't understand comedy. Like, when he danced, boy, I got tingle in my pants.
Well, there will be pictures on the screen of Reese shirtless. Just so Piggy can come back to it later and have a good time. But I just wanted to mention it because obviously Reese doing that was like it's when like the quiet guy gets drunk, you know, and he's suddenly like an absolute fucking legend, you know. Everybody loves him now. But let's enter towards.
Also, can I just say Johnny Freeman is the second best drunk actor I've seen.
Who's the first one?
Steve McFadden.
Okay.
I need drunk Steve. I need drunk Phil and drunk Breeze.
Oh God, I don't need drunk Phil anymore. Drunk Phil, I'm happy if he doesn't get drunk, as he is a crippling alcoholic. But yeah, let's segue into the first storyline we're going to talk about, that being Chelsea and Ravi slowly coming together. So in this week's scenes, Chelsea gets a letter from Gray and finds herself unable to figure out what to do. This letter essentially says, look, Chelsea, I love you, and I also want to see Jordan. And she doesn't feel comfortable enough to like tell Whitney, so she talks to Ravi, who kind of goes, listen, alright, the past is in the past. But also kind of pushes this interaction a bit far and starts trying to like flirt and like get like get his leg over. And it's like, Ravi, not the time, mate. Not the fucking time.
I just found it funny. They're like, yeah, Gray wants to see his children. I'm like, yeah, but you don't want to see it. It's basically the EastEnders writers going, yeah, we're not paying for this. You're not going to see BARB. I know you said Ravi. You're not going to see Gray back.
Yeah, I mean, Gray is not under contract anymore, so it's just the things that, you know, like, they still exist in the world, but you're never actually seeing it. But yeah, she rejects Ravi's advances and also says that he is in the past. And to take a mind off things, Chelsea takes on party planning for Zach's housewarming. And Ravi wasn't invited, but kind of like squeezed an invite from Zach. And at the party, the games continue. As Ravi wants Chelsea to tell him what to do, essentially just wants her to go, just fuck me, Ravi. But instead of doing that, he spies a curly brunette at the bar. I say bar, the kitchen table. It's on the kitchen table. I once got drunk and sat on a table at a party. And I was both high and drunk, and this table immediately caved in. What I didn't know is my best mate Jake had spent the last 2 hours like rocking this fucking table. He was rocking this bitch the whole time. So the second I stood on it, it fell over and he goes, "Way!" And I just kind of sit up and just raise my arms like, yeah. Hell of a party.
£50, lads, £50.
Someone's got to pay for that table.
Think of the family. You have to pay for that table. Fuck them. Shouldn't have had that wobbly table. But yeah, I've never been to a party. People know me. I'm very antisocial.
Yeah.
I love how Ash is like, yeah, I'm antisocial. But I remember going to these parties. I remember getting high.
I did stuff in my teen years.
I know.
It's just after I stopped having to do them, I just went, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do any of that anymore.
Ash is like that granddad telling his kids.
Yeah, like I'll watch my EastEnders, I'll watch Miss Coronation Street and Hollyoaks. You know, you can fucking go out and get drunk.
Gladly, well, I can't actually get drunk, so.
But yeah, let's carry this onwards. As Ravi and this girl is ready to leave, Chelsea spoils his plans and he storms off after calling her jealous. But it's a soap, so they enter the, I just wanted to care for you. Oh, I still love you. And then they like, start passionately making out and spend the night together. Classic soap. You just never let me in. You never let me in. Ah, ah.
Fucking loved it.
They even had the like rom-com like fucking spinny camera as well. Let's be honest. As much as they want to make it seem like Ravi and Chelsea are a really good like couple, they were only together for like a month, so it's not really. It doesn't really deserve that, you know. Usually with a will they won't they, it goes on over like a year. This one went on for about 2 months. So at least I was gonna spoil something. The day after isn't as clear cut though, as they both get mixed messages, but not until Ravi shuts Walford East early and Chelsea wants to be exclusive. No more games. As Ravi finally commits to a relationship with Chelsea despite everybody telling them it's a bad idea. So Piggy, after what, about 3 months? 1 month together, 2 months of avoiding each other. Chelsea and Ravi are finally together. And you want to know what their ship name is?
Chavi.
Chavi. Lovely stuff. I don't know what it is actually, but it's too good to not. So yeah, Chelsea and Ravi finally back together. How did you find the scenes this week, Piggy? Did you enjoy them?
How did I did not mind the scenes. Obviously, felt a bit weird that Ravi's like, yeah, Zach, invite me or I'll fire you.
Yeah, Zach, I'm your mate, but also fucking invite me, you prick.
Like, that's not how it works in real life. You can't fire me just simply because I didn't invite you to the party. You're shitting me. I do love the EastEnders logic where they're like, yeah, of course bosses like threaten their colleagues to bring them to parties and play Nintendo Switches or the Xbox or the PlayStation. Of course, every boss does that. And then you're like, no, I think that only happened to you, Chris Menshaw. I think that's your name.
Yes.
That just happened to you, Chris. No one else. And Chris is just sat there like,
probably a byproduct of working for the BBC. Ooh. But yeah, it was nice to finally see Chelsea actually like move on a little bit. And hopefully we get some fun scenes. And you know, now everybody's somewhat paired up. Other than what like Bobby and Freddie and Bernie, but like most people are actually now coupled up. And even if Finley's gone, we now have 2 new blokes in that family dynamic. So, yeah, it's alright. It's quite nice. Wasn't really the most interesting aspect, but you always need the little sub-stories to keep the main stories interesting. You always need something to kind of like build to and build for. But we'll segue this into the other, it's kind of lesser story, but still enjoyable nonetheless. That being Elaine Peacock's Bride Club. So Elaine quickly realises that her wedding to George isn't going to happen anytime soon. Mostly just because she kind of went, hey, Anna, Gina, Linda, you're all going to be my bridesmaids. And they're like, and she went, okay. All right, Kathy, Sharon, and Kat, you're getting married. I'm going to sort it. So, and why is this good? Well, because you now have Elaine, Kat, Kathy, and Sharon all in one room multiple times. Like the amount of drama that's gonna go on, just like in this one. As Elaine makes cheeky digs and makes everyone laugh, but slowly all of the brides catch strays from each other. And it goes too far when Sharon makes Kat drink Kathy's spit cup. And yeah, Bride Club temporarily postponed. Oh, fucking hell. Just get Kat, Sharon, and Kathy in the same room. More, please. So good.
Yeah, I agree. Poor Keanu being treated like a child. Obviously, he is a fucking child, but still.
I mean, in comparison. But yeah, I suppose, and the rest of this is a very small subsection. It's just a funny little thing. If there's any scenes that you should watch this week, it probably is the Bride Club. If you want some like Classic Eastenders, like kind of comedy. So what else happened as a part of Bride Club? Well, Keanu was in the doghouse as essentially Kat went, "Oi, set a fucking date for the wedding, man. Like, actually start making waves towards the wedding." So in the final parts of this like storylines scenes, Keanu bought Sharon a wedding ring and commits to her for the future as Phil is heckling them in the background. Something feels like, oh, you actually bought her a new one this time? And then Keanu's like, yeah, maybe I'll get you a personal trainer so you can actually fit in your suit. Nice little banter there, lovely stuff.
That buckled me, that Keanu come back.
Like, he's actually, just keep giving him comebacks, honestly. Like, that's the most personality Keanu's shown in the last time of being on the show.
I agree. Imagine that wasn't a comeback. Imagine he was literally just frustrated.
He was actually just offering his fucking services.
No, he imagine like Steve McFadden was like heckling throughout the scene.
And like all improvised.
Yeah, it was all improvised. Yeah, I'll buy you. I'll make sure you get a trainer, you fat piece of shit. And they're like, Keanu, you can't say that. And they're like, oh, yes, I fucking can. And then he just, he just gets mad. And Steve's just out there outside the set laughing.
Yeah.
That's how I imagine it. Like, Steve was just heckling and Keanu was fed up and he was just like, fuck this.
Gotta love Bride Club. Bride Club, I will very quickly become one of the my favorite parts of EastEnders if they keep doing it week to week. But that was a very small little sub story, and just like I said, the scenes to watch this week are the Bride Club. Those were fantastic. But the next and key storyline being Patrick returns as his family is in shambles. So Patrick is back and makes his triumphant return. He's happy as Larry, but his family ain't that, at all. Kim has been sent off to prison for a crash which involved Denzel, and Denise and Jack's marriage is on the rocks, and Howie's about to be alone on his birthday. For fuck. They make a tribute chair to Lola in the salon, but this kind of mood doesn't last long, as Jack is upset when he learns that 500 quid has been taken out of the group account. And he doesn't really give Denise time to explain himself, and she just goes, "It was for Kim's counselling, you ball bag." And in court, Denzel gives a great account for Kim in front of the judge, showing just how much he loves her. However, when they play the footage of the crash, Kim has a panic attack and disrupts court, which leads to her spending the next week inside. The Slater family meeting shows more cracks in the foundations, as Jack and Denise cannot agree on anything, and afterwards even float the idea of a divorce. But after a genuine conversation with Patrick, Jack finally starts to confront the real issues between him and Denise, and the fact that he is part of the problem. One thing I just wanted to add here. It was nice to see Jack have a scene where he's actually being genuinely sad and emotional, and not just loud and shouty.
It was nice, I will admit.
He's actually a couple of tears as he truly started to realise, I am a part of the problem. It was just a nice scene. Like I said, I mentioned him in the awards that haven't gone out yet, but Patrick has really been given so much better stuff to work with in the last year or so. He is kind of just the uncle or granddad who everybody sees as a father figure. So he just gives out really good advice. And that genuinely helped Jack to actually go, oh shit, yeah, maybe I've been an absolute bellend the whole time. And he has. So good on you, Patrick.
Good on you indeed.
So Jack wants to make it up to Denise and pull some strings to get them a visit with Kim. He finally reminds her that he loves her and wants to get back to usual, but they also see Kim, who has no volume in her hair, she's struggling, she's having a rough old time in prison. She's only there for a week though, I'm pretty sure, so, you know.
Who's there for a week?
Kim.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, she is struggling, but she is kind of just not really visible for now. The next day, Jack surprises Denise with an afternoon picnic, and it's refreshing and cute. But Jack nearly veers back into old territory as he thanks Denise for being the rock, being the glue that binds the family together. And Denise is like, "Hey, I'm not just a rock, alright? I'm a human with feelings. I'm your wife. You know, you gotta love me. Not the fact that I hold the family together. You gotta love me." And this was a success as they are brought together. Big surprise for me, Piggy. I actually found myself actually liking Denise and Jack's relationship now. I'm actually on the other side. I actually found these scenes cute, which is fucking wild. considering the amount of time we've spent this year saying that Jack and Denise's relationship is fucking garbage.
One thing I want to add, I brought it up in the awards, but Jack is he's a crypto man.
He is, apparently.
So he does a lot of crypto lads. So like that interests you, follow his Twitter or his Instagram, I should say. And you can see all these crypto accounts. So what do I want to add to this? I don't really have anything to add. It was fun seeing Patrick, and they immediately went back to what does he say? Say the line, Patrick. Yes, man. And that's it. That's all he did this week. And give love a voice. But just glad to see Patrick back. I can't wait till Yolanda comes in.
Yeah. Also, I gotta admit, this I'm not sure if like the actor's account is like hacked or something. But like this feels like crypto scam 101. Like it really does.
I wonder how she posted more crypto on his account.
Yeah. But it's like, I don't know. No, not to make it about crypto, because no one cares about crypto, let's be honest. It's everybody's like, oh, it's a way to make real money. It's like, yeah, but it's also a way for people to pump money into something that's being inflated by like the attention it's getting. So no.
Take a screenshot, lads. Here's the proof.
I'm not gonna show it on the screen because it feels wrong. So yeah, if you like crypto, cool. If you don't like crypto, cool. Well, we can all agree that NFTs are fucking useless.
Exactly.
But let's carry on with the story. The next day, Jack surprises Denise with an afternoon picnic, and like I said, it's. Oh wait, no, I already did this. But yeah, they are brought closer together with this picnic, though. Like they do actually move forward a bit more. But on Howie's birthday, they arrange a visiting order for him to see Kim, the best gift they could have afforded him. But at the prison, Kim stands him up, leaving him pretty angry and pretty worried as to how she's doing. Because, Kim, it's not like Kim to just kind of not agree to do something. Like, something must be wrong if she doesn't want to see her fiance. Maybe. And he gets back, and the family throw him a surprise party. And as honoured as he is to be a part of the family, all he really wants is Kim. So moral is, Patrick can only solve half of the problems.
Mm-hmm.
But it is nice to see it's nice to see Amy and Ricky actually being kids and not just being adults. That's fun. Like, just say the line, make a joke. Yeah, lovely. Good job, guys. Proud of you. Keep it up. Much else to say about this topic, Piggy, or should we go on to the final topic of the podcast?
The final topic, lads. Let's do it.
And the final topic I've aptly titled Theo Hawthorne, Pillar of Stability. Our final storyline this week is the continuation of the Theo Hawthorne debacle. They attend the family meeting to figure out who will be taking the key responsibility of taking care of Lily and the baby. And at this family conference, they all struggle, but agree that Stacey should be the key responsible parent. And because Lily she doesn't really know if she wants to go back to school or not, Stacey wants Theo to take care of extra tutoring for Lily, but Martin isn't too keen on the idea. Martin does some digging and learns that in Theo's last school, he left as he was investigated for having an inappropriate relationship. And in front of the stated clan, Martin confronts him over this and essentially says, "You're a nonce. You're a paedophile." But Theo kind of says, like, look, all right, it was an inappropriate relationship with another member of staff, but it ended badly, so now she's punishing me. And Stacey backs Theo and sends Martin away, but his intentions aren't really as earnest as it may seem, as it is revealed that he is Edmund, Stacey's OnlyFans client. So yes, Piggy, this is a creep storyline. It's not a grooming storyline.
Thank God.
Like, it's made us very nervous, made us very scared. Like, oh God, she's gonna get groomed. But now it does just seem like Theo is interested in Stacey. But you know, as we'll learn, we're still in the very early stage, and we can't really get a read of how it's going to go as of yet. Like, so far he is just being nice. But what we'll begin to learn is that he isn't being nice out of the goodness of his heart. He's being nice because he wants Stacey.
Stacey's got it going on. Stacey, can't you see? You're just the one for me.
Lovely stuff.
Lovely. Guys, you don't understand. He's not creepy. He's just misunderstood.
Yeah. I remember reading the EastEnders subreddit, and the other day, someone just like, oh, so it turns out, so what do you think Theo is? And someone's just like, he's just a creepy guy who wants to get with Stacey. And someone's just like, I think he's just an honest guy. And then someone went, have you ever watched EastEnders before? And they're like, yeah, I've been watching it since the 80s, so shut your mouth. It's just like, oh, come on. Oh, stop it, you. Okay, that's fine.
Obviously, to what?
No, sorry, I was getting distracted by something else. Carry on.
Obviously, I want to make this uplifting. So here's a video of a duck and a dog. Probably won't be shown on screen, but it's just for action.
Well, I can't even view it right now. I have to open up Instagram to see it. Grr. Well, I suppose carry on with this. On Thursday's episode, Stacey tries to get Martin on side by yelling at him. Like, like, come on now. Even Stacey, you gotta realise that that's not the way to go. Listen, Martin, here's why you're a fucking prick. That's what, a fucking prick. Yeah, Stacey, fair enough. It's not happening, is it? Sparkled me completely. But when Theo's left on his own, he heads upstairs into Stacey's room, looks through her things, sniffs her stuff, and steals a bottle of her perfume. Piggy, you thought if this was post-Watershed, he would have been sniffing something else.
He would be sniffing some underwear if this was post-Watershed.
Yeah. I wasn't ready for that. I'm so glad it's pre-Watershed, because I would have just been there like, oh, don't sniff the pants, don't sniff the pants. Ah, he's sniffing the pants. Ah, God. No. Like, it's always just, I get that I'm not like some fucking sexual guy, but like, just sniffing someone's pants sounds grotty.
If they had some fucking farts in there, like if you're shocked, or like the beaches of Normandy, who would want to be sniffing them?
I've never understood it. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. Showing my lack of knowledge, but who really wants to sniff someone else's pants? Like, what if they've been wearing them for a week? Oh, God. Oh, what have you done in there? Jesus. Fucking... Yeah, like...
That's what I said. If your underpants are like the beaches of Normandy, you're fucked. No need to sniff them.
Why? Imagine that. Like, you do that once, you're never doing it again. It's like, oh, fucking hell. Oh.
Imagine he picked up the ones and it's like fucking jeans underwear that he picks up.
Yeah.
Why does it smell like shit in here? Oh.
Probably
It's just
gagging.
like it's because you wear Snickers.
Theo, are you alright? Yeah, I'm good.
You know, like how she wears Snickers. It's like the poo stain. It's
Oh
just
god.
like squashed into this. It's just squashed in because like it has to go down each side like a fucking chocolate bar.
That's disgusting, mate. That's grotty. So let's say thank God he was only sniffing some perfume. Thank God. But when Martin and like Stacey burst in, they realise that Lily's gone, and they then slowly realise that Theo's taken them to the hospital, as Lily's ill. Martin throws Theo up against the wall, and once again making Stacey and Lily side with Theo. But when alone together, Theo says he's doing it. I'm doing it for you. And the rest of your family. The rest of the family as well, yeah. But in the final scenes of the week, Martin witnesses Theo get a hug from Stacey and believes that it isn't all that it seems. Obviously, that there's some, like, you know, Martin's found out Theo's, like, weird, like, motive for doing all this for free and doing it for, like, out of his time. Maybe he has some sinister intentions. Maybe he is just a bit of a creep. He probably didn't see Theo sniffing the perfume, though. Probably didn't see that. Although, why would you sniff someone's perfume about 2 meters away from their house? Like, yeah, she's gone. Mate, she's still there. Get into like an alleyway or something before you do that. Can't risk it.
Yeah. Could you imagine, like, he just starts spraying the perfume on himself? Like, Stacey, wow. What do you think of this?
I just really like how you smell. If only I could tell how you taste.
Theo again. Even though I defend them on the podcast, not really, but because I'm basically doing what everyone does about the favourite celebrity, who's like a massive racist. Where they're like, you don't understand. Yeah, but he said the literal N-word to an African American's face. He has mental health issues, alright? So shut up.
He's just misunderstood, that's all, and it's like, oh lads, alright, come on.
He's been seen shooting 3 women, 2 children, and stabbing a black man. Yes, he's just misunderstood. Why are you guys getting mad? And you're like, yeah, but have you not just read the crimes we listed? I'm just basically doing what that person does. Again, that gets a bit divisive on people like Michael Jackson, for obvious reason. But we can't really go into that because that's not the podcast. But yeah, even I can admit, like,
I, as a tenured EastEnders fan, I ain't defending this guy. I ain't fucking risking it, let's be honest. No chance. But, you know, it's still early days in the storyline, I will say. It's not, like... There's a lot... We haven't entirely seen... Basically, we know he's a creep, and we know he's kind of got a bit of a fixation on Stacey, but it isn't actually, like, manifesting itself anywhere just yet. We're only just seeing the start of it, you know, like, with the perfume, like, kind of really interested. Like, when she touched his hand, he, like, fucking just reacted like a dog who you've caught, like, nicking the fucking jammy dodgers off the side. Just, oh! You called me a good guy? And he's just, like, really kind of weird. Like, for a second, I was like, oh, Christ, he's an incel, isn't he? Oh, God, he's probably not. I feel like if we're doing some, like, predictions as to how this is gonna go, I feel like he will end up getting a bit obsessed and will even try to, like... I feel like he'll want to make Stacey, like, his family as well as Lily. But very quickly on, Stacey will reject him because obviously he's not her type whatsoever. What do you reckon? How do you reckon this will go, Biggie?
See, I want to go balls to the walls unrealistic, but EastEnders won't, because like how I'm, like I understand it can never happen because it's pre-watershed, but what I want to see happen is, and now this runs into a loophole because George and I is a boxer, but I want to see him grab Lily, right? Now hold on, drag her all the way up to the roof of the Queen Vic.
Oh, Jesus.
Hold it going up to her head and say, Stacey, love me or I'll shoot her and throw her off the roof.
Jesus Christ.
And then Stacey's like, yeah, you are very weird. And then like he's just threatening to kill Lily and the baby.
Well, I don't even know what to add to some of that. I can see some of that happening. Let's be honest. I could see him like kind of trying to take Lily and holding her hostage and saying like, "Listen, all right, Stacey, it's all your fault. Because you led me on," you know, and that kind of vibe.
Could you imagine they went with that? I could see the outrage immediately.
It would take a lot to go from a random school teacher who was a bully to having a gun and holding a kid hostage on the Queen Vic roof.
Could you... Like, I don't know why my brain just went to be funny if he just had a gun to a child's head and threatened to throw them off a Queen Vic roof. You're
mental, mate, you are. I am mad unreasonable, that is.
I don't know why my mind did instantly.
Is that all? Is that what you got? Is if you had to go for a safe prediction as to how this storyline's gonna go?
He basically, alright, for a safe prediction, he basically becomes obsessed with Stacey and he's like, "Will you love me, Stacey?" And Stacey's getting more and more creeped out by him.
Yeah.
And Theo's like, "Yeah, but come on, love me." And Stacey's like, "Look, mate, we're friends. That's it."
Like, I appreciate what you're doing with, like, for my daughter. I feel like he might get a bit like, you know, "Why won't you sleep with me? I paid you." And then she's like, "What?" I think he'll get a bit overeager.
Yeah, I can't. Well, I don't really see him kidnapping Lily. Although I would love, like, if they did
I honestly could see him like steal the baby.
Oh, I would love that. Like, and go to a high up building and threaten to do the Michael Jackson where you hang the baby out the window. Just fuck it. I'll do it, lads. I'll fucking do it. And you're like, no.
But I also feel like this storyline will likely be an avenue to get Martin and Stacey back together again.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna do, you know. Martin will save her, she'll feel safe, Lily will be happy, they'll have the baby, they'll raise the child. Now that the scary man gone. But what do you think about the storyline, viewers? Any more to say, Piggy?
But if you again want another safe option, I would. I could see him, because you know how you have obsessed fans.
Yeah.
Like, there's a famous story of a Twitch streamer where a man drove all the way to her house.
Like 7 hours, something.
7 hours, and basically he drove to the house, and he basically put a bin over the car and set the car on fire.
Yeah.
I think it was a bin, or the Americans call it a garbage can. He put a garbage can on the car, and basically saying about, I could see him doing something like that to Stacey, like setting the bins on fire. Like, oh no, there's a house fire.
He's just gonna lay a massive shit on the bat van.
Yeah.
Why won't you love me?
But yeah, I can see him
drops a log on it.
A dirty log. A massive one.
All the toilet humour here.
But yeah, like, he sets the bins on fire. He like sets the house on fire and he runs in. Foo Fighters, My Heroes playing. He takes. You know that Tobey Maguire scene in Spider-Man?
Yes.
Where he's like running and he rips his shirt and it reveals the Spider-Man suit underneath it. he fucking does that, but underneath it is just a Superman costume or bootleg one, and he's like, "Your hero is here to help, Stacey. There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes," and he runs into the house and saves him.
The planet is dying. What can we do? Yeah. Just fucking runs on in.
Yeah.
Tries to be the hero. Just gets like fucking crushed under something.
He fucking runs in, like he runs up the stairs to check on Lily, and then Martin's standing there like holding a bomb, like, "Are you in or are you out, Theo?"
Why have you made him the Green Goblin?
Yeah, but we want another reference. It's when Toby the it's when this Peter too fucking goes into that building and the Green Goblin's dressed up as a crab.
Alright.
Just seeing Martin dressed up as a granny, like holding a bomb, just like, "It out now, Gobby."
Alright.
I don't know why.
Let's go towards the final section, that being the final thoughts and the awards. So, Piggy, as a whole, how did you enjoy this week of EastEnders?
It was a pretty alright week. Nothing too much happened except for Stacey's secret Cams fan being revealed.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not saying I would notice straight away, but if I had an obsessed fan paying to see my lewds, and then suddenly this random man comes into my life and offers to teach my child for free, I'm not saying I put two and two together.
Well, you obviously you think it's too good to be true. After the year they've had, they just like it's just someone's like, I'm getting a bit of good,
Yeah, but like, could you not like just think for a second, like?
I'm still saying they really should have actually like checked him out. Say, oh, Freddie, it's your teacher. Like, is he sound? And he's like, well, no, he bullied me as a kid. What? Sorry. Yeah, I have no idea why he's here. He helped me get an ADHD diagnosis, but like, he bullied me as a kid. Like, why would you let him in? Why would you let him stay? I get that he's doing nice things, but fuck, man, I suppose I do agree a lot with your sentiment. Yeah. No, you carry on, sorry.
I was gonna say, I hope, like, because I understand my dad thoughts when instantly he's gonna kidnap Lily, but I honestly hope Lily's not involved in this storyline. Not saying that Lily Turner, I think that's her name, who plays Lily
it's like Lila Turner or something, yeah.
Lila Turner. How fucking posh. I'm not saying like I want her involved, but she's a shit actor, so I don't want her involved in the storyline.
No,
I mainly just want Stacey and Theo. She's not a shit actor. I just don't want her anywhere near this storyline stinking it up.
I don't think she's stinking up. I just think it would just become a bit. I would prefer it if she just got to like be pregnant as a, just have the child. Just don't like bring her into this. Obviously she's played a key factor so far. But like I would much prefer if they keep it kind of separate. Like just have it be like Martin, Stacey, and Theo.
Right.
Rather than having like Lily in there as well, where it gets a bit of like a weird grey area. What else? How else did you find the week? What other stuff was fun? What was the good stuff?
Before I get to the main event, I also loved that Patrick came back.
Yeah.
Big Patrick fan. Doesn't get to do much. He just sits in his chair and says, "Yeah, man," and that's it. That's all. That's all he does.
Before this year.
Yeah. Hopefully there's a lot more in the pipeline for him. I'm surprised he didn't see George Knight, because if I came back, right, like let's say I went to the exact same place that he went to for 3 months, 3 or 4 months, they came back and I seen George Knight standing there behind the bar, I would be like, wow, you're a big motherfucker, aren't you?
Let me talk to you.
Scared. What?
Let me talk to you. Hello, Georgie.
Like, you would be like, holy shit, this man is a fucking dump truck. Like, he's built like a fridge. Like, you're fucked.
He is huge.
He is huge. I would be scared of George and I, honestly.
Yeah.
I would. But yeah, I love Patrick's return. I do love how, like, what's her name? Oh no, what's Kim's sister's name now?
Denise.
I love how Denise just stole money from Jack.
Shit.
Like, she just went, yeah.
Well, she didn't necessarily steal it. It's in the joint account.
She borrowed it.
I mean, she just used money from the joint account. You know. Both of them are entitled to the money inside the joint account.
We can't have a joint account because I'll just go to Smith's.
Exactly. I'll be like, oh, I've saved really good, Piggy. Look at the interest we're getting. Oh, it's gone. What did you buy? Wait, I wanted another fucking Undertaker figure from fucking 1978. So, Piggy, it didn't even exist. Well, it was a good deal, like. Anyways.
He's fucking you. It's like the Kevin Nash job. You didn't break into the business till 91. Yeah, but I used to wear I used to be a luchador before then.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that. I also enjoyed Ravi basically threatening to fire someone if you didn't get an invite to the party.
Yes.
Great stuff. Only happens on the BBC. Will you see that?
Yeah.
Of course, the highlight is Reese dancing. He's got some fucking moves.
Was a lot of fun.
Obviously, Theo Hawthorne is also a fan favorite for me, because I think William, I think his name is, he plays a great creep. And
yeah,
he's
like,
a weirdo.
so far he's...
What are you doing here?
Yeah, he's like, he's not... He's coming across in a way that's, like, not weird, but he still is a bit, like... he still is.
I don't care how much I have to pay, but what I want, right? Now, I understand this is just my lunatic brain, but when it's revealed he's the secret cam spider and the obsessed fan, I just want the radio to be playing Creep by Radiohead.
Fuck's sake.
So, like, you have the reveal, like, wait, so you're my secret cam spider, yes, and then in the back of my ears, I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo, what the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. As you get the duff. Because that's the perfect duff for me. It's just Radiohead playing, what the hell am I doing here? And you pan up.
Yeah.
They won't do it, obviously.
No,
because
that's too much money.
it's too much money, but like, if you're in an ideal world, that would be it.
Yeah.
Like, you just have Theo crying, he's like crying his eyes out. He's like, I'm the buyer, Stacey.
Yeah.
And that song plays. Oh, it's just perfect writing for me. It's the perfect song.
Well,
but yeah, that's just...
I was just gonna carry on with my week. Anything else before I continue with mine?
No, nothing to add.
Alright, I think fundamentally it was a decent week of EastEnders. We do need to very quickly figure out, like, what Theo is gonna do, because it's kind of... It's been very loose so far, so we can't, like... We need, like... You know, if you keep chasing a fucking carrot, at some point you want a nibble, right? Like, you know, you want to, like, oh, alright, there we are. That's what I'm going for. So we need that, like, we need the hint. We need it dropped. We need to know exactly what he's going to do. Because this week was just, like, setting the scene. I've somehow become a Denise and Jack fan. Probably won't last too long, but as of this week, I did enjoy them. So that was very nice. I'm actually liking Denise again. I like Ravi and Chelsea back together. They still are building it like it's been some, like, really big will they won't they. They've only just picked it up in the last week. Like, they've been separated for like 2 months now. And it's like, oh, will they won't they? And it's like, well, I don't fucking know. Are they going to talk this time? They haven't talked for 2 months, lads. I enjoyed Patrick coming back. Like I said, being given some actual stuff to do, not given the Dot Cotton treatment of, alright, sit in the chair and say, oh, I say, you know, something like that. And actually being given stuff to do whilst he still can. I enjoyed Martin being normal Martin, where he gets angry and then apologizes later. It's like, what? He's doing what? He's a paedophile. It's like, alright, Martin, bloody hell, calm down. But yeah, I think it was a decent enough week of EastEnders. I don't think it was particularly fantastic, but as we've said on the podcast before, you always need the slightly slower weeks, just to kind of build up to the moments later on, you know. So Piggy, is it time that we go through and do the awards?
Yeah.
All right. So, which one do we want to start off with? Let's go for the underrated character of the week. Who kind of surprised you, or who just needs a bit more attention?
Who needs more attention?
Yeah, who was the most underrated this week?
Ooh.
I have mine already, to be honest.
Go on.
I have Jack. Because he got to actually play. He got to be quietly upset, which he hasn't done this year so far. Every other instance, he was just angry and shouty, but this time he actually started to reflect a little bit more. Start to go, you know what? Maybe I was a part of the problem in my marriage. Maybe it's time to fix it. And so, you know, actually on their side for the first time in 7 months. There we are. So Jack Branning is my most underrated of the week.
Mine's probably Patrick.
Yeah, cool. Good pick.
Because Patrick has shown that he's more than just sit in the chair, do your funny joke,
yeah,
and get over with it. He's actually been pretty underrated, I would say.
It's just he's actually allowed, just like how they allowed Kim to actually be involved in things. They're now actually allowing Patrick to just talk to people, get to the bottom of the issues. If Patrick says yo, this is the problem, you go, oh shit, yeah, fair enough, Patrick, cheers. I appreciate you talking to me through this. So it's been really nice to see. Steve Blackman, the most wooden character of the week. Would have gone to Keanu again for me, but his little chime back towards Phil made it better. God, who was particularly stiff this week? Who was particularly wooden? I'd just say Zach again. But not because he was particularly bad, it's just, despite it being his party, he did absolutely fuck all. What was he there for? What's the point in him having this party? He did nothing. Where was his fun? All he did was, rush Reese and, give him a hug. So there we are. Your take, Piggy.
I have to go with the same person you're going with. He did nothing.
Or I would just kind of, the one scene that made me laugh, I just remember now, is Martin going, hey Stacey, oh no, hey Whitney, want to talk? And then he just goes, Whitney, what would you do? And Whitney's like, mate, you know what I'd fucking do. You know my history. Come on. Obviously, Stacey, Whitney's big formative storyline was she was groomed by Tony King, her stepdad. So hey, you were abused as a teen, right? So how do I tell if it's happening to Lily? It's okay, it's just a bit unreasonable there. Made me laugh a little bit. Mm-hmm. Hey, abuse victim, what do you think? So okay, cool. Nice. Good one, Martin, you fucking insensitive prick. And the final award, who needs slapping down?
Theo Hawthorne.
Yeah, fair enough. He technically did get slapped down this week, though. Martin threw him up against the wall.
I know he technically did, but still.
Yeah, just stop. Listen, alright, if he does sniff the pants, I'm out. Podcast is over. Fuck that. I ain't sitting through and sniffing some pants. I can.
I don't know, it's hardly see sniffing.
Oh, fuck it out. I'm gonna throw up. It's like throws up in like the bedside table or something. Oh, someone threw up on my bedside table. Yeah, sorry. Just have a really sensitive nose. Who needs slapping down this week for me? God. Yeah, I probably just has to be Theo, doesn't it? He was like the main villain of this week, really. If you're like a Theo apologist, you probably go for Martin for seeming unreasonable, but it's like legit. He's not just being a prick to be a prick. So yeah. And with that in mind, yeah, I think that's a wrap for episode 27 of Watching Walford. Anything to plug before we go, Piggy?
Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and follow us on Twitch at Watching Walford. Subscribe for our YouTube channel. I've been residing from the pants drawer that Theo thankfully didn't sniff, and I've been joined by Ash.
Hello.
Say goodbye. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. I appreciate that you guys check us out every week. I know all you filthy fuckers checked out the podcast last week. Seen a lovely pair of Who Has, and you went, oh, he might have got away with showing the Who Has.
Oh, yeah, that was funny with that. Because obviously my brain went, yeah, my podcast was sick. And then I looked at the watch time and it's like 1 minute and they're like, it was the boobs.
So yeah.
So in case my ego was going to skyrocket, it's like, no, there were just boobs on the thumbnail. It's funny. It was funny, yeah. Catch you all next time. Thank you for watching Watching Walford. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.